2, 1.
7 things you probably didn't know you need to know. I'm Jamie East, and this is the Smart 7.
Well, good morning, everybody. It's Tuesday the 10th of May, and it's Stay Up All Night Day. Oh, no. And a big happy birthday to Bono, Linda Evangelista, John Ronson and Al Murray. Labour leader Sir Keir Starmer took dramatic action on Monday in a bid to stop the continued pressure over the so-called Beergate incident, which is already under investigation by Durham police. He stopped for a meal and had a beer while campaigning in 2021, but he spent the last 10 days fighting off allegations of wrongdoing from the Daily Mail and now also The Sun. He decided that enough is enough, and he's laid out clearly what will happen next.
I believe in honour, integrity, and the principle that those who make the laws must follow them. I'm absolutely clear that no laws were broken. I simply had something to eat while working late in the evening. But if the police decide to issue me with a fixed penalty notice, I would, of course, do the right thing and step down.
Labour Deputy Leader Angela Rayner also says she'll resign if she's fined, although presumably none of this will actually have any impact on Boris Johnson, who's quite likely to receive further fines for Partygate shortly. Keir, however, says it's about integrity and doing the right thing.
I don't actually believe that those that are accusing me believe rules were broken. They are trying to simply drag all politicians into a place where the public think we're all the same. For me, this is an in-principle position.
There had been much speculation about what Russian President Vladimir Putin would do on Victory Day, the 9th of May, as he hosted a military parade in Red Square. Some experts had expected a declaration of victory or an escalation, perhaps even a mobilisation of additional troops or a formal declaration of war. Instead, he resorted to recycling of conspiracy theories about Nazis in Ukraine to justify the special operation, but made no new announcements.
Everything suggested that a clash with neo-Nazis, nationalists, who the United States and their little friends backed, would be inevitable.
And his spin doctor Oleg Matvichev continued to push for an extreme solution in Ukraine.
I think that even the concept of Ukraine itself must not exist.
President Zelensky was unmoved by the renewed Russian threats, promising that Ukraine would win this war.
Very soon there will be 2 victory days in Ukraine, and someone will have not even one left.
Even as Vladimir Putin showed off his military might in Moscow, there was no sign of any wavering in support from Ukraine's European and North American allies. UK Defence Secretary Ben Wallace listed the atrocities that the Russian army have undertaken in Ukraine, and he had a stark warning that there would be repercussions.
So all those responsible, from the Commander-in-Chief to deployed tactical commanders, should know that their actions are not without consequence, and that to know is to be responsible.
As Europe marked the anniversary of World War II, there was more support for Ukraine from the US, where Joe Biden signed a new bill into law which allows him more freedom to send military aid. And Justin Trudeau, Prime Minister of Canada, also announced more aid and additional sanctions.
Today I'm announcing more military assistance, drone cameras, satellite imagery, small arms, ammunition and other supports, including funding for demining operations.
Next month, we'll see the US Congress hold public hearings into the events of January the 6th, when Donald Trump supporters rioted at the Capitol building. In the meantime, though, more and more stories of the madness of the Trump era continue to emerge. The latest to spill the beans to 60 Minutes was former Defence Secretary Mark Esper, who says the former president had some interesting suggestions on how to deal with Mexican drug cartels.
The president pulls me aside on at least a couple occasions and suggests that maybe we have the US military shoot missiles into Mexico.
He managed to talk him out of the missile plan, but Trump also had some other suggestions, particularly when it came to the Black Lives Matter protests.
Can't you just shoot them? Just shoot them in the legs or something. And he's suggesting that that's what we should do, that we should bring in the troops and shoot the protesters.
Still to come on the Smart 7, it's all getting a bit spicy in the Premier League run-in, and James Cameron's finally nearly finished Avatar 2.
Right after this. Welcome back.
This year's Premier League's down to what Sir Alex Ferguson used to call squeaky bum time. There are only 3 games left for the top 2, and it's all kicked off between Man City's Pep Guardiola and Liverpool's Jurgen Klopp. Pep says everyone loves Liverpool and no one loves him and his team, more or less.
1 week ago, nobody even been in front. Everyone in this country support Liverpool, the media and everyone. So the situation is what it is. We have to do 9 points or maybe 6 right now. It depends of what's going to happen next 2 games in terms of goal difference, but now it's Wednesday is the real final for us.
Jurgen Klopp, who sees his team face Aston Villa on Tuesday night in a must-win game, thinks Pep's just upset about getting knocked out of the Champions League.
I have no idea if the whole country is supporting us. It's not the feeling I get, it's actually the opposite, but yeah, maybe he knows more about that than me.
Eurovision is back. It's taking place in Italy this year, and Tuesday and Thursday see the semi-finals going on. The UK is one of the so-called Big Five, which includes Germany, France, Italy and Spain, so that means that Sam Ryder and his song Spaceman don't get an outing until the big final on Saturday. However, for fans of Lithuanian pop, or the likely winners Ukraine's Kalush Orchestra, it's all kicking off on BBC Three and BBC iPlayer live from Turin from 8 p.m.
It's the biggest music show on the planet. Eurovision does make global superstars. So let's spread some positive vibes.
Hi, I'm Sam Ryder, and I am the UK entry to Eurovision 2022.
Avatar is one of the highest grossing films of all time. It was released in 2009, but Titanic director James Cameron's been developing the script since 1994. He had to wait for the technology to catch up with his vision of a futuristic planet called Pandora. Now, 13 years after the first one, we're due to get the second instalment this Christmas, and then 3 more for Christmas 24, 26 and 28. So you probably need to get up to speed on those big blue dudes. The first official teaser trailer for Avatar Shape of Water dropped on Monday, and James has clearly spent a lot of time thinking about the universe it all takes place in.
This family is our fortress.
You know, the thing about Avatar is that it's aspirational in the sense it's the way we wish it was. It's the way we wish we were.
This has been The Smart 7. Wherever you're listening, do us a favour and hit the follow button. We'll be back tomorrow at 7 a.m. Have a great day.
Written, produced and published by Daft Doris.